Coming up in today's episode, we'll be blowing bubbles with exhausts, burning our hands, and playing Innuendo Bingo.
In your endo.
So welcome back to the channel, guys. I've got a cool little video for you today. Today we're going to investigate an exhaust leak on the RS6. So I've had this car about 6 months now, and in all honesty, guys, I haven't driven it a great deal. Maybe about 2,000 miles tops. Don't get me wrong, they're a fast and furious 2,000 miles, but all the same, not a great deal. But what I have noticed is there's a bit of a smell that comes through when I'm driving it. You get this smell when the air conditioning's on and the fans are on, and it smells like fuel. At first it got me thinking, well, maybe it's just the decat downpipes, and that's just the way they smell on these kind of cars. But after further investigation, I think there's something else at stake here, something else a little bit more sinister under the bonnet. So we're going to take a look today and see if we can work it out and then fix it DIY style. Okay, I think the first thing we need here is a bit more light. So for those of you who saw or didn't see my last video, we made a set of DIY undercar bonnet lights, which are perfect for exactly what we're going to do today. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link in the description below and you can check that out. But what we've got is one of these LED light buttons from Amazon, the same ones I've used around the garage. And God said, let there be light. Oh yes. Right. First thing we're going to do, what the hell was that? So first thing we're going to do, take this engine cover off because the downpipes are behind here. RS6 baby. So this is the twin turbo V8, here are the two turbos, and these are the two downpipes. So I think the leak, actually you can see here now, there's some black soot just there. You see that, guys? So there's definitely a leak here somewhere from one of these downpipes. So we'll have a little investigation, see if we can work out where it's coming from. So now we know we've got an exhaust leak, and we can tell that by the dirty soot on my hands. That means we can fix it because we know we've definitely got an exhaust leak. What we need to do now is just work out where it's coming from. So in order to do that, I'm going to enlist the help of these little bubbles, these little party bubbles that I got from my son's party bag from a recent birthday party he went to. Now I'm going to try this and see if the exhaust fumes will blow the bubbles. So if there's an exhaust leak, they should blow the bubbles, and then we'll be able to tell exactly where the exhaust leak comes from. Clever, eh? So what I'm going to do is, I've got the GoPro set up there, I'm going to turn the ignition on, and then we've got my little tube of bubbles here, and I'm going to take the end out, and I'm just going to move this around the downpipe just to see if we can see where the leak's coming from. Hopefully we'll get a nice little stream of bubbles coming out, and then that, guys, will tell us exactly where the leak is, and then we can fix it. It's going to be interesting, this. Hey, it's working. We've got a leak there. There isn't a leak coming out of that crack though. Look over here. Oh, there's a little one there. It's spitting there, so there's definitely some coming out of there. Not quite as strong as here though. Look at that. Right, guys, let's shut this off before I gas myself. Right, there we go, guys. So that's worked out really well. That's shown me exactly where it's coming from. As the engine was getting a bit hotter, the bubbles weren't working as well, because I think it was, by the time I got the bubbles there, the hot air had kind of almost evaporated or popped the bubble on the little one there, so it wasn't working quite as good. But when I first started up, it was brilliant. But there's quite a lot of heat coming from here now. These are really hot, so Ooh, yeah, these are really hot now, proper hot. So I'm probably gonna have to let them cool down a bit before we move on with the next bit of the video, which is filling in those seals and filling in those gaps. I do have a bit of a predicament or a decision to make. I can either try and fill these in or try and fix these gaps with this Quicksteel putty that I've got. I'll show you in a second what I mean. And just try and get my hand around, but at the moment this is far too hot. Or the other option is I wait till it cool down, maybe tomorrow or this afternoon, and take the downpipes off properly and then just go all the way around. I think the best decision now is just to do it as it stands, because it only really seems to be coming from here mainly, and that's at the top. So the best decision is to just fix it as it stands and then see what it's like. If it still persists, then I can always take them off in another video. That'll make good content for you guys, I guess. Right, I'll let these cool down and I'll come and show you this Quicksteel that I'm talking about and what that looks like. Right guys, let me talk you through my solution and how we're going to fix this little exhaust leak we've got in the RS6. So, let's open Dad's toolbox, tool chest, and see what's inside. Oh, are you excited? Yeah, you know you are. So, I've got a product called Quicksteel. You might have heard it before, you might have seen it before. This is the normal Quicksteel, or Quicksteel. It's basically like an epoxy putty, so you rub it together and the two parts react, it gets warm, and then it goes off and it goes solid like metal. And you can basically drill it, you can tap it, you can sand it or grind it back, and it's great for any kind of holes or bits or repair what you need to do to metal where you haven't got a welder or a welder's not feasible to use. So this is really good, and I've used this for a few different things before, but it's only rated up to about 500 degrees Celsius, I think, 500 or 700 degrees Celsius. I'll pop the figures just here. However, there is another product that I found, which is this Quicksteel Extreme. And basically, it's rated for, it's exactly the same thing, so you mix it together and it goes off rock solid and it's like steel, but it's rated for up to 1300 degrees Celsius, which will be more than enough for these downpipes. These downpipes, as you've just seen, get effing hot, like really quickly, but this will definitely withstand the temperature. I think if the leak was further down the exhaust, then maybe that normal Quicksteel would be fine. But I think because it's right at the output of the engine, it's going to get really hot really quickly. And I'm sure these get up to like 1000 degrees Celsius. I might be making that up. Comment in the comment box if I'm talking absolute bollocks. But anyway guys, this is going to be spot on. So, it's Quicksteel Extreme. And you can see here, it's rated for 1300 degrees Celsius. And it's even got, just on here, a car exhaust. So you know it's good. So we're going to use that. And I'll let you know how I get on. And I'll show you now exactly where I'm going to put it. Now this exhaust had time to cool down. Right, I'm just going to take you around quickly and show you exactly where these exhaust leaks are coming from. So you can see here, that's the soot that's been coming out. So if I just give that a wipe there, you can see on my finger there, focus in, there's a lot of soot there, so there's definitely a leak coming from around here. If I just bring you around and show you this crack close up, ooh, matron. So here, there's like a little crack coming from the lambda sensor there going up. It looks worse than what it is, but that's a prime area that can be fixed with that Quicksteel. So that's the first thing we're going to do. And then round this side, this is basically where the bubbles were blown here from the bubble technique. But down here, if I just get my little pick, there's some gaps here where this downpipe obviously hasn't been welded particularly well. I'm not quite sure what make this is. These were on when I bought the car, guys, so it's definitely not a Miltech one. The rest of the system's Miltech from the cats from the downpipes onwards, but this isn't. But anyway, there's a bit of like little gaps around here, and this is exactly where you can see the splatter there, where the leak is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that Quicksteel and I'm going to put it basically all the way around here and all the way around, and I'm going to go around the underneath, and I'm going to do the same on the other side, all the way kind of around here, and see if that just helps plug in the gaps. So I think, guys, that might be a nice, easy, quick, simple little fix with that Quicksteel. What I'm going to do is I'll get it out, we'll have a little look at it, and then we'll crack on, we'll get those little gaps plugged up, and then we'll test it tomorrow and we'll see if it's done the trick. Right, come on then, let's crack on. Do you like my Daddysaurus Rex mug? Cool, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at this. Right, so this is it, guys. Comes a little tub, quite heavy like, got a little bit of weight to it. It's got like a little seal on it. See that? Oh shit. Oh, it's all on my hands. Right, that's probably going to need a bit of a mix. It's not quite what I was expecting. I'm going to wipe this off my hands. Right, I'm back. That leaked all over my hands. It wasn't quite what I expected. The other Quicksteel is like a two-part mixture that you kind of roll together. It's like a putty that you roll together. It's dry, so I wasn't expecting that to be wet. Anyway, guys, I've just had a quick look at the instructions, and what it's saying is, first of all, you've got to remove any loose debris with a wire brush or a sanding tool. So we'll do that. We'll give it a quick scrub with a wire brush. It then says to cut any V-grooves or relieve any stress by putting V-grooves or drilling holes in. So I don't think we need to do that because there's gaps anywhere, so it'll adhere to that quite nicely. It does say to get rid of any dirt or grease with a solvent, so might just spray a bit of brake cleaner on there, or parts cleaner, just to clean that up, take any of that soot off so it sticks a little bit better. And then actually with this stuff, what it says is you just mix it, so you just take it out here as a paste, and then you just spread it over the area. So it's a bit different to that. The other Quicksteel, it's more like a, like I said, it's like plasticine, like a putty. So it says spread it over any surfaces, put the lid back on straight away so it doesn't start to cure, and then it takes about 3 to 4 minutes to start and dry, and then after 3 to 4 minutes it says to gently start to apply heat to it. So we just crank that engine up, that's going to get heat straight away, and then after 10 to 15 minutes it should be fully cured. So that's pretty quick go. And then basically it says once it's cured after 10 to 15 minutes you can start drilling it, grinding it, doing what you want to it. Obviously we're not going to be doing that, but yeah, really quick, fast working stuff. So let's go over, let's give the downpipes a bit of a clean, and then we'll get this bad boy on. Let's crack on. So I'm just going to get a wire brush and give these a quick scrub. Right guys, so I've got the Quicksteel here. I think it's going to be really difficult to spread this with anything other than my fingers, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a glove on. Step 1, rubber up, as they say, and then I've got a screwdriver here. I'm just going to give it a little mix with a screwdriver, and then it's an old screwdriver, and I'll wipe the excess off, and then I'm just going to start and rub it around the flange. I'm going to rub it around the flange and see if we can fill the hole full of innuendos today. In your endo. Right, let's give that a mix up. Oh, it's like a grinding paste. So, it's a bit wetter than I thought it was going to be. Everything I say seems to just be some kind of innuendo. Right, wipe that excess off. Move that away because I don't want to get this shit all over me engine bay. Right, so finger in, and then I'm just going to wipe a bit of this on the crack. I'm sorry, this isn't even on purpose. Wipe a bit of this on the little crack between the lambda sensor and the flange. Oh my days. Alright, so while I'm just wiping this in, guys, if you're watching this and you're new to the channel, then why not hit the subscribe button and give this little video a like. Now, this is a new channel, this is a really new channel, and it's a very small channel. In fact, at the time of doing this now, I've got the grand total of 14 subscribers, but I know that 70–80% of you guys watching don't subscribe after watching this video, and I appreciate that because I haven't got many videos out and some of the videos might not be of any interest yet, but I'm going to be making more content like this every week as I start to do little jobs on the RS6. There's loads of stuff coming up on the RS6. We've got a full front end strip down to replace this positive crankcase ventilation system. We also need to replace the oil seal, the oil strainer below the turbos, so quite a big job that. And then there's other bits and bobs that are going to be happening with the RS6. But there's also loads of other general jobs that I'll be doing. I've got a bar in the garden that I need to extend, and I've got a kitchen extension that I need to do. So there's loads of different stuff. I'm going to be doing some 3D printing as well, so I'll be asking for some requests for cool things to 3D print. We might print some more helmets, like Star Wars helmets or Marvel helmets, Iron Man helmets, just for the crack, bit of fun. We might 3D print. In fact, what I quite like to do, oh, that's a GoPro turning off. What I quite like to do is 3D print a gun. Obviously not a real gun, but a full kind of replica Glock where all the parts fit together. That'd be quite a cool video to do. So if you'd like to see that, drop a comment in the comment box. Obviously it won't fire, like, you know, it won't be a proper gun. It'll just be made out of plastic, but it'll be quite cool just to see how it all goes together. So quite a varied number of videos. So if you're watching this and you've not subscribed, then please give my little channel a subscribe and share the content with other people, because they might enjoy it. But even if you're not really that bothered about 3D printing or kitchen extensions or me building a bar in the garden, or even if you're not bothered about Audis and you're a BMW fanboy, just give my little channel a subscribe and a like and a share, and then later on down the line you can just, if I'm putting videos out and you think, oh god, not another one, you can just unsubscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it will really help my little channel out. So that's my little plea to you guys, as I'm basically finger deep in the engine bay of my RS6, plugging in the holes and filling the cracks. You know what I'm talking about. Right, that's enough of that. I've made a right dog's bollocks of this, dog's ear of this while I've been talking to you guys, but hopefully it'll do the job. And I'll give you a proper look in a minute. The GoPro's just died on me because the batteries are crap. I bought some really cheap copy batteries off Amazon, and they are crap. They just last about 10 minutes and then die. Absolute bag of shit. Anyway, that doesn't really matter today. So I'll crack on with this. I'll finish this off. I'll cut to a little time lapse, and then I'll check back within a second and I'll show you how it looks. Right guys, and just like that, I think we're sorted. I have had to go around just really quickly, so while I was rabbiting on to you about subscribing to my little channel, I was getting a load. I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing. I slopped the load on the bolts, on the bolts that hold the downpipes on. So I've had to go back and wipe all that off because I don't want this steel setting on the bolts or on the threads of the bolts. Otherwise I'll never get them off if I have to take these downpipes off again. That'd be a nightmare. So I've just gone back and just given it a little wipe with some kitchen roll, and I've just took a 12mm socket and I've just put it over the nuts just to make sure that they can get on, and I've just, you know, rubbed anything off. It's starting to dry now. It's going a bit sandy, but it's starting to dry, it's starting to go off. So I'll bring the camera down and let you have a quick look. So I've just rubbed it just around here so you can just see it's just filled in and smoothed that gap out that was there now. And I've just had to go through and just make sure there's no stuff on those threads there. There's a little crack, that little crack that was there, that's now gone now, it's covered. So that shouldn't be a problem anymore. So hopefully guys, that's done the trick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that another 5-10 minutes to set, and we'll come back, we'll fire up the Quattro, we'll let the engine run for a few minutes, let the heat generate in the downpipes. That'll heat seal the Quicksteel, and then we'll see if there's any more leaks. Hopefully that's done the trick. If it hasn't, we can get the bubbles out again, we can go around with the bubbles and see if there are any more leaks we've missed, and we'll just do the same process again. Worst case scenario is another day, maybe next weekend, next Saturday, we'll come in, we'll get the downpipes off, we'll have a good look at them, and we'll just fill in all the way around that flange with a Quicksteel, and then we'll definitely won't have any more leaks then. So we'll leave that set, come back in 5-10 minutes, and we'll see what the verdict is. Check back in a minute. So it's a new day, guys, and we're back out in the RS6 on a test run just to see if the little exhaust fix that we've done has done the trick. It's a really bright, sunny winter's day, so the sun's really low in the sky, so I've got the shades on, as you can see. But I've been driving around now for about 10-15 minutes. I've let the engine really warm up, and there's absolutely no smell now of any exhaust fumes coming through, guys, which I'm really pleased about. Previously, before you'd let the engine warm up, and by the time you got in the car just had this smell of exhaust fumes, exhaust gas. Obviously you'd open the windows, let it air out, you'd go for a drive, and then whenever you got to the traffic light or a standstill, you could just smell it coming through the fans, through the air conditioning. So this is night and day difference. So I'm really pleased what such a simple little quick fix has done. A little bit of that Quicksteel Extreme just around the flange, and where those little holes were that we identified with the bubbles. Put that in there, let that dry overnight, gone for a quick run, heat the exhaust up, and now there's not one little iota smell of fuel or gas coming through the fan, the ventilation system. So I'm really pleased, guys. Big thumbs up for that. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, give me a comment in the comment box if you want to see more content like this, and if you haven't already, then please consider subscribing to my little channel. There'll be more videos like this coming up each week, general DIY, whether it be maintenance on the RS6, modifications, or more broader projects around the dad's garage establishment, extensions, garden bars, etc. So do give it a subscribe, click the bell icon so you get the notification when you get new videos uploaded, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.